Hey everybody, Peter Rumble from the Santa Rosa Metro Chamber of Commerce welcoming you to IRONMAN 70.3 right here in Santa Rosa, Beer City in the heart of wine country. We are the endurance sports capital of California and we love Ironman. We love you, the athlete, and I will be joining you come July for 70.3, crossing the finish line right behind me. We want you to bring your family, enjoy everything that we have to offer here in Santa Rosa and Sonoma County. And I want you to join me in welcoming the best dang race director in all of the Ironman organization, Dave Reid.
Hey everybody, it's Dave Reid, the race director for the IRONMAN 70.3 Santa Rosa. And we're starting here in Courthouse Square. This is the hub of Ironman Village. Right here on the grass is where you're gonna have your athlete briefings. So in addition to the content that I'm gonna try and share with you with this video, there'll be a lot more detail at that athlete briefing, so make sure you attend one of those athlete briefings. So on Friday, you're gonna need to check in your bike. There's a couple different options, but if you wanna come out to Lake Sonoma, you're gonna drive out, park either in the lot where our bus drop off will be on Saturday morning, or there's a dirt overflow lot above the transition area. You'll come down, check in your bike here at transition area. You'll be welcome to go down, and if you want to do a practice swim on Friday or even Thursday, you're welcome to do that as well. So right behind me is where the reg tent is going to be, and as part of your packet pickup, you're going to get a morning clothes bag. It's generally clear. You're going to get a swim gear bag that's blue, and you'll get a red run gear bag. So just to review those three bags and what those mean and what you're going to use those for, race morning, whatever that clothing is, if you want to have us bring that back for you, you're going to want to make sure to put that in your morning clothes bag. The blue bag is basically your swim to bike gear. So you're going to put your bike gear inside of that to start, and then after you exit the water and you put on all that bike gear, you're going to want to make sure to put your wetsuit back inside that bag so that we can bring that back to you here. The red bag is the run gear bag. You'll check that in on Friday as well. And so that'll have your run gear, your running shoes, your race bib, maybe a hat, and you'll be able to rack that where you're gonna rack your bike. And then that'll be there waiting for you after you finish the bike portion. So race morning, there's a couple great parking garages, one on 1st Street just behind me. I really recommend you guys jump on a shuttle. So the pickup for shuttles is right behind me here at the Transit Mall. So we'll have over 50 school buses waiting for you. You climb on that school bus, get yourself situated. So here we are at Lake Sonoma. You've gotten about a 40-minute bus ride to get here from downtown Santa Rosa. And then you'll be dropped off here right outside transition area. And then you're gonna circle back around safely and you're gonna come down, and we're gonna go ahead and walk along the sidewalk here and head towards transition. So if you choose to drive up on race morning, again, you're going to be using the dirt overflow lot as your primary parking space. There's about room for about 300 cars up here. We'll have light towers to help you park, and we'll have staff here to help park. And then you'll be walking down the road into transition. So you'll be coming in through kind of the swim in chute. You'll be going and checking out your bikes, maybe adding your nutrition, your water, Gatorade, whatever you have in terms of liquids. And then you'll be getting yourself ready up here. We'll have bike tech in case you need to add some air to your tires or if there's anything that needs to be checked. There'll be bathrooms for you to hit if you need to. You'll exit transition. You'll start to come down the boat ramp. Off to my left will be our morning clothes drop-off. So that's whatever gear you might have worn on the bus, jacket, sweatpants, shoes. I recommend you leave all that stuff here. So now down on the boat ramp, a couple things I wanted to just point out. Just know that there are going to be a bank of toilets down on the boat ramp. So if you don't get a chance to use the ones up in transition, there'll be some right behind me on race morning. From a rolling start standpoint, if you're not a real fast swimmer, you'll be able to kind of hang out, maybe take a seat. Both years that we've been here out at Lake Sonoma, it's been a wetsuit legal swim, but it's been right on the cusp. So, you know, it's always right around that cutoff, wetsuit legal versus not. So I would just want to make sure you guys know that so that you come prepared for either option. You'll be getting in the water off to my right here. You'll be swimming kind of along this dock. It'll be probably a little bit lower in July, but you'll swim straight out in about 300-400 yards. You'll take a right-hand turn, you'll go under the bridge and you'll head towards the marina. You'll swim down about 1,000 meters and you'll take another right-hand turn, and then it's a short leg, about 200 meters, and then you'll start swimming back towards the bridge. You'll wrap around the little peninsula, and then you'll come right into the swim exit by the edge of the boat ramp, and you'll run up the edge of the boat ramp all the way into transition. So as many of you know, last July we had a fog condition at the swim start and had to go through our swim start protocol, and we ended up having to cancel the swim, which I know was a disappointment for me as the race director as well as for a lot of the athletes. I couldn't even see the water's edge from where I'm standing today, so the visibility was so low that we had to make that call for safety reasons. But when I started talking to athletes and local folks in the area and fishermen that come out to Lake Sonoma a lot, anecdotally they said it was really unusual conditions. Like that thick of fog for that long in the morning was really unusual. But I wanted to try and understand if this was going to be something that I needed to worry about every year, and I actually dove into 30 years of weather data and found that during that window of time in July, less than 10 hours of visibility conditions like we saw last year. So we really see that experience last year as an outlier and a very unusual circumstance. So as you're running up the boat ramp out of the swim exit, this is a great place for your friends and loved ones who might be here to watch you, to cheer you on. Take your time. If it's not something you're comfortable or familiar with, getting out of the water and running uphill a little bit, take your time. You're gonna get to the top of the boat ramp, or the concrete part of the boat ramp, and you're gonna hit this asphalt transition. That's just a little reminder. It's gonna start to actually flatten out here, so it'll be a little bit easier as you head up towards the wetsuit peelers. So here we are again at the wetsuit peeling area. So this is the area where folks, if you need some help or assistance getting your wetsuit off before you get into transition, you'll pull out from the main flow of the athletes. There'll be a nice carpeted area where you can sit down. To make things fair for everybody, we're gonna have you run around the edge of transition, and you're gonna enter in the back corner. And then behind me will be your bike out chute. Make sure all of your swim related gear gets in that blue bag so that we can get that back to you at the end of the day. As you've transitioned from swim to bike now, you've got your bike, you're here. Take your time getting on the bike, be safe in that process. As you start your bike course, it's relatively flat. There's a little climb out of the parking lot, and then you climb over this bridge behind me. Right after that, you're gonna start descending. It's a kind of a long little couple-mile descent, and it could get cold. So just make sure that you've got maybe some arm warmers or a vest on. Right behind me is probably the most technical turn on the whole bike course, and it comes 3 miles in. So just wanna make sure you recognize you're gonna be in this contraflow lane as you're descending, and you're gonna be taking the right-hand turn here in that opposite lane than you normally would be. And it's a pretty sharp turn, as you can see. So just be careful, slow yourself down. Last thing you want to do is end your bike ride 3 miles into the race. So some of the feedback we've gotten about the race course on the bike from athletes is that they've had some concerns about pavement condition. And one of the things I wanted to just share with you from an athlete's perspective, riding and racing around California, is I would consider most of the roads to be really good pavement quality, but there's a couple sections that are a little rough. So Willowside Road here used to be one of the worst roads, and just last year they paved it. So this is just an amazing section. I want you to come see, just see how it's like butter. It feels like butter. So here we are on B Street, the very end of the bike course. The dismount line is going to basically be right here. You're going to slow down, hop off your bike. You're going to be running with your bike, and we're going to enter transition area right here on 3rd Street. And there'll be bike racks running basically the length of 3rd Street. all the way down this road. It's a long, narrow transition. It's about 1,000 feet long. So you'll want to note on Friday when you do your gear check in for the run portion where your bike rack is, so that as you come in and you're running with your bike, you know exactly where you're going to go to find your bike. Use some of the landmarks of the buildings and the light towers. Grab your running stuff, take off your helmet, leave it all there by your bike, and then you're going to take off and head out towards the transition exit, the run start. Everybody runs the same distance, so you'll be running out towards D Street. The run out arch will be right behind me, and then you'll take an immediate right-hand turn here onto D Street, and you'll go into basically Tri-Club Alley, which will be a really fun, festive stretch where all the Tri-Clubs will have their tents set up to cheer on athletes as you start out on the run course and then as you finish.
What's new in 2019 is we've shifted. We got a lot of feedback around course congestion, so we're shifting the run course to a one loop run. The nice thing about that is it's going to reduce the congestion for everybody, as well as bring you out into some of the beautiful wine country west of downtown Santa Rosa.
So here we are on the run course. There's a couple spots where we got to get you across a really busy road. So to do that, instead of closing down the road, we're going to do a little kind of cloverleaf action on the run. So follow me and I'll show you what you're going to be doing on race day. So as you make this turn back behind me, you're going to encounter two-way runners. So you're heading outbound right now, and then the returning runners are going to be on this path as well. So you'll make that tight turn, and then it'll be two-way runners through here as we go under the road. So here we are back on the south side of the trail, on the dirt side, and you'll continue heading out this way, and you'll do this again at Fulton Road. So this was Stony Point Road the first time you'll do it, and then you'll do it again at Fulton Road as you head all the way out to the far turnaround at Willowside Road. So at both of the Cloverleaf locations, there's basically two aid stations. One aid station that you're gonna hit on the outbound leg of the run, and then another aid station that you're gonna hit on the return leg of the run. The outbound leg is actually on the road. You'll be staying on the sidewalk, but the aid station tables will be along the road, and you'll be able to grab water, Gatorade, food, and then there'll be Gatorade and water again at the back half of the aid station. So as I mentioned, we're transitioning to the one loop run course to address some of the congestion concerns that people have raised. We're out at the far end of that loop at Willowside Road. You'll actually be on this road for the portion of the bike course, but you'll be running from the dirt side, the south side of the trail, across the bridge, and you'll be heading to the north side of the trail, which is paved, as you cross over the Santa Rosa Creek Trail. So here, as you cross over the creek, you'll get onto the north side of the trail that's paved. So the rest of the run course will be paved all the way back in. So here we are, this is the 4th Street, this is the finish chute. The finish line is just a few steps away. Your 70.3 journey ends here. Soak in the energy of the crowd, the moment, enjoy yourself. Of course, just a couple safety things. Don't bring your dog. Don't have your loved one hand you a small child. We want to make sure you're safe as you cross that finish line and enjoy the moment and get your finisher shot. And then you'll get your medals, your hat, and you'll proceed through the finish chute venue. So after you exit the finish chute area, provided you don't need any medical attention, the medical tent will be right behind us. But if you don't need any of that, you'll proceed through here, and you'll be able to go right into athlete food, where you'll get to enjoy some amazing paella, as well as a beer, if you so choose. So after you've had a chance to enjoy your paella and beer, don't forget to stop by the Ironman merchandise store and pick up some of your finish gear. So at the end of the day, I hope you guys had a great race, and don't forget, take advantage of this amazing community and maybe have a beer or a glass of wine or both. Take care.